Quasi here, and in this video, I want to talk to you about the concept of excess potential and how it could actually move you further and further away from manifesting the life that you want if you don't understand this concept. Before I begin this video, I wanted to quickly announce that I'm doing a free giveaway of my book, Life Mastery. If you want to enroll into a competition to win this book at the end of the week for completely free, just comment Life Mastery down below. And at the end of the week, we're going to pick one lucky winner to get this book in the form of an ebook format for completely free. It's around $12 on Amazon, but you can get this for free if you just comment Life Mastery. Also, I'm super excited to announce that the Reality Mastery program is open for enrollment, and I'm still offering the free one-to-one consult, so wait till the end of the video for the announcement on that. So with that, let's get started with this video. Now in this video, I want to talk to you about a concept called excess potential, and you might be wondering what the hell this is. So excess potential is a concept coming from a book called Reality Transurfing. And essentially what reality transurfing is a quantum physics model of viewing manifestation, how it occurs, and generally how the events in reality occur. Now, most people have different models of viewing reality, but this is one particular model to view it and really explain the events and how you can align yourself to achieve certain goals in your life. It was written by a Russian quantum physicist called Vadim Zeland, who was a quantum physicist, but then after a series of epiphanies that he got, he turned into a metaphysical teacher of all of these esoteric concepts that I talk about in my videos. And since it's an 800-page book, I try to break the concepts down in very, very detail and how I apply them in my personal life every single day and how you can use them to really propel yourself to success. And in general, the tweaks that make it work. So with that, let's talk about this concept of excess potential, because you might be wondering what this means. Now, in general, excess potential is something that moves you further and further away from your goal. And I'm going to explain to you exactly why that happens. So essentially, excess potential is built up as a result of excess meaning or importance that you attribute to anything. Now, when you put too much meaning on something, you create resistance to it automatically. When you want something really badly, it raises excess potential. And what this excess potential is it can be likened to gravitational potential, because if I put a pencil up here, instead of on the ground, it's going to gain gravitational potential energy. And you know this from high school science. So when it gains gravitational potential energy, it wants to go down to its lowest energy state, which is on the ground. Just like that, when your thought energy is corresponding to one particular thing and you put the importance level way too high, then you're generating excessive potentials. And nature wants to come in and balance this because it gets unstable and it wants to come in and create balance for this. So if you imagine a man walking on a tightrope trying to cross to the other side, takes 1 step, 2 steps, and feelings of fear come within him. Now this fear itself is an excess importance on his life and on saving his life, or on this event that's happening, on crossing the tightrope. And as a result of this importance, what happens is excess potential comes in, is being raised up, balance forces come in and wants to decrease this excess potential. The easiest way to decrease this excess potential is by throwing this man overboard completely and just plunging him into his own death. But because the man has intention energy, he can overcome this excess potential, but it leaves this man less energy to cross to the other side. So you'll see that after this man crosses the other side, after you do something you were really afraid of, after something that raises a lot of adrenaline, you're just going to feel completely drained. So this excess potential overcoming is probably the hardest way to get to your goals, because now you must fight against the world in order to get to your goals. The easiest way to get to your goals is to not have any sort of importance on anything and just calmly place one step in front of the other and just achieve your goals. So you might be wondering what this video is about, because I've had a lot of questions about excess potential. And if feelings like fear and excessive negative feelings, negative emotions raise excess potential, the question was, why shouldn't extreme positive emotions also raise excess potential? So again, just to reformulate the question, if extreme negative events raise excess potential and are bad for you to get to your goals, why aren't extreme positive emotions also equally as bad? Because you're not in balance, right? And this is a very, very good point. And the answer to this question really is that it depends. It doesn't necessarily mean that just because you have extreme positive emotions that you're going to get further and further away from your goals because of excess potential. And here's why. Essentially, when you raise excess potential, we must understand why it's raised in the first place. And that's because of any sort of excessive importance or meaning that you attribute to things. When you're feeling negative feelings such as lack, such as fear, such as anger, there is more often than not some importance, some heightened importance that you put on something. Excess potential is raised up as a result of heightened importance. When you put too much meaning on anything, then you feel these feelings. Because you're not getting these things that you want, you're feeling these feelings. Because they keep moving further and further away from you, you're feeling these feelings. Because they're not happening on time the way you want it, you're feeling these feelings. So these negative emotions are predominantly as a result of this excess importance that you feel. Now, in terms of extreme excitement, extreme positive emotion, extreme gratitude, joy, love, you don't feel these feelings because all of these, the positive feelings are free from the fear of loss of the thing that you want. Let's say you get $1 million. You wouldn't feel the fear of loss immediately, right? You feel extremely excited. You're like, yes, I passed my exam, etc., etc. But then you try to curtail your emotions. You're like, oh no, I shouldn't feel this way because if I feel this way, then I'll raise excess potential. You're putting excess importance on the very fact of feeling extreme excitement. Just let yourself feel excitement. 90% of the energy is spent on resisting your emotions that you're feeling. You're like, oh no, I'm feeling anger. Oh no, mustn't feel the anger. That's why manifestation is slow down, because you're fighting your own self and you're putting all of this energy on fighting the emotion itself. It is futile to try to fight emotions. Really, it's completely useless to try and resist your emotions. The only way you can fully control your emotions is if you learn to channel them or create external circumstances that allow you to control them. So in the case of this man walking the tightrope, if you place the safety net under him, the fear level would be decreased tenfold, right? He no longer would feel this fear because of this external safety net, this circumstance created for him. It's not like he's trying to control his emotions. He's like, no, don't feel fear, don't feel fear. It's completely futile to try and resist fear, because the more you resist something, the more it persists. Whenever you create a force, there's always going to be a counter force. So make sure you understand that. And now to really answer that question of why extreme excitement doesn't necessarily create excess potential, this is because there is no importance to anything. Remember, if you feel gratitude or unconditional love towards something, the fear of loss wouldn't be there anymore. The thing itself is completely irrelevant, because now it's all about the feeling that you're feeling. You know, just because you feel love towards something doesn't mean you're not feeling love without it. You are being loving within your own nature. So there's no importance on that thing. Do you see what I mean? I hope this made sense. I know this can get really, really complicated, but essentially what you must know is that whenever you're feeling these genuine emotions of excitement, love, you know, the fear of loss isn't there anymore. So let yourself feel it, let yourself get excited. Because what powerful event happens when you feel extremely excited is you shift onto corresponding lifelines that have these good events that make you feel more and more excited. Think about the concept of pessimists getting what they want. Pessimists are very, very powerful creators of their reality, because whenever they say, oh, I hate this, I hate that, they get more and more of what they hate. They're like, see, life doesn't go well for me. You see that? Nothing does go my way. And then more things come that don't go their way. But then if you became an extreme optimist, and this is where optimists go wrong, they don't become extreme optimists. If you want to get the benefits like that, you want to get lucky for no reason, you've got to become an extreme optimist. And this is what's known as riding the wave of fortune. So if you don't know how to do this, click up here. Up here. Click up here. I've made a video on how to ride the wave of fortune by becoming an extreme optimist. But in general, if you just get completely excited for no reason, good things start coming to you for no reason. It is just the quality of nature. Whatever energy you align with, you attract that particular material thing. This is also part of the mirror principle, which I talk about in many videos. So if you want to learn both of these stuff, the mirror principle and also how to ride the wave of fortune, make sure you click up here and check those videos out. So just to conclude this video, and really to completely answer that question, extreme excitement, extreme positive emotions don't necessarily create excess potential, because excess potential we must understand, is generated by too much meaning and too much importance on something. And when you have extreme negative emotions, you're probably putting that thing on a pedestal that you don't have, that you are afraid of losing. And as a result of that, you're heightening importance. And this creates polarization and generates the winds of balanced forces, which wants to balance out this excess potential by either taking the thing away from you or taking it further and further away from you and slowing its arrival. And, extreme positive emotion is completely free from this fear of loss, or it's just not focused on that thing itself, but rather the feeling itself is so energized. And you might be wondering, well, the feeling itself might be energized for negative things, but the negative thing is dependent on you getting the material thing. The negative emotion is dependent on you getting the material thing. The positive emotion, if it is dependent on you getting that material thing, then it will raise excess potential. So that's why I said not necessarily. If you feel feelings like unconditional love, gratitude, and joy, then you're going to be free of this excessive potentials. Because really think about it. When you get really excited about something, it doesn't even matter what the thing is anymore. It truly doesn't matter what the thing is anymore. It's just you are joyful in your own nature. You just become really happy. And you're like, life is going my way. Everything is so great. That is the kind of feeling that doesn't generate excess potential, but rather actually helps you get to whatever goals you have. I hope that made sense. So if it didn't make sense, please leave me a comment. I'll try my best to explain. I know this stuff can get very heavy sometimes and there's a lot of dichotomies. That's why I try my best to explain them over YouTube, but oftentimes because of the lack of personal one-to-one experience, it's difficult to explain it. So make sure you also join our Facebook group to get into this discussion, and click on the link in the description below to join our Facebook group, and we'll be glad to have you there and also really help you achieve your goals and really accelerate the process of your manifestation. So make sure you take advantage of this group. And also, if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell, because believe it or not, if you don't hit the bell, you won't be notified of any new video that I put out. And also, I'm super excited to announce that, as I mentioned before, the Reality Mastery Program is open for enrollment. And if you didn't know what the Reality Mastery Program was, it's essentially the most powerful paradigm of manifestation. See, what I found in my personal life was that whenever I worked on becoming the ideal version of myself, I attracted the reality that that ideal version would attract. When I became the attractive version of myself, my dream partner came into my life. When I became the confident, socially free, social-free version of myself, then the social circle came into my life. I was able to network and get friends and overcome my social anxiety. When I became the fit version of myself, I got the body that I wanted. When I became, the entrepreneur version of myself, I was able to overcome my 9-to-5 and take my passion full-time and do what I love every single day. And I know this is possible for you as well, because I'm helping my clients do this every single day in their lives. So make sure you take advantage of this opportunity and sign up for the free one-to-one consult while it's still available to see if it would be a good fit for the program. So with that, I conclude this video. I sincerely hope this helped, and till next time, peace.